And it happens through a sense of identity as a trajectory through time. Okay? So you carry with you the different places where you have been, and you kind of have a more or less well-defined sense of where you're going. So some people really create a very narrow sense of where they're going, and they enter a community that is very, very, very specialized, that requires a lot of focus. A cousin of mine who was a particle nuclear physicist, right? He told me, there are 10 people in the world who understand what I'm doing. See what I mean? To belong to that community requires a lot of your time, to really be that esoteric, right? That's a choice, For me, it's a little bit like too much narrowness, but I can see that it can be exciting to be in such a spike of knowledgeability, right? It's such a spike of competence, right? So if you want to stay in that community, you may not have a whole lot of time to go explore something else, right? Because the demands of knowledgeability in that community is so intense that you're going to have to make some choices, right? So for some other people, you make different choices. What I'm saying is that the burden of building an identity of knowledgeability is sometimes very much carried by the community and sometimes very much carried by you as you select among different possibilities where you're going to invest your sense of who you are and how accountable you are to this social world in which competence is defined in different ways in different places. You see what I mean?
Yes.
And so what I'm saying is that the reason why I talk so much about identity is that identity and the experience of identity and the sense of identification with different ways of being then becomes the crucible, the playground. It sounds too much like it's a little play. It becomes the field, if you will, in which we define ourselves as knowledgeable people. And when I say we define ourselves, I may give the impression that you can do it at will, But there is resistance in the world. There are those hills of competence. And so, I may decide, today I'm a concert violinist, But the question is, would a true concert violinist agree? See, so you see what I mean? So when I say you construct yourself, I don't mean that it is just like at random or at will. There are, the space of knowledgeability has already been colonized and territory has already been claimed. And so if I want to enter a community where there is a strong sense of competence that is already established, I may contest that sense of competence, but even to have the legitimacy to contest it, I'm going to have to acknowledge the history that is embodied in that competence. You see what I mean? Yes. So if you're a graduate student, right, you may contest the field in which you enter. You see what I mean? You may, in your dissertation, actually that would be viewed as a good dissertation, contest some of the principles or statements that have been made in that field. But before you can contest it, people are going to say, have you understood the history? Have you read the literature? See what I mean? So you cannot go into a committee of neurosurgeons or something like that and say, I think, running around is better or something. See what I mean? Because they're going to say, you have not met the bar of legitimacy at which we're going to listen to you.